Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to an Armored Core 6 build showcase. Today I bring you the Speedster. This thing has been one of my favorite go-to bots for PvP and PvE for a little while now. It's just super fun to be running an ultralight, and let me show you what this thing is running. It's all fairly early game set, so you can get a hold of this thing relatively early. It's fantastic at dealing with lighter enemies, and it can peck away at heavier enemies as well. So it's generally very strong. The whole idea behind this series, by the way, is I am going to take this build and other builds in the future probably into PvP, and I'm going to try and win 5 times. That way you can see on average how often the build wins. Sometimes I might win 5 times in a row. Sometimes I might win 5 times after losing 10 times. And then you'll know how effective the build is. We're going to be doing a double blind, which means that my opponent will be random, and neither of us will know each other's builds beforehand. I think that's the most fair way to assess the build, and it should be a lot of fun. So, let's get into the build. We've got the VP66LH laser handguns. They have a good amount of ammo. Low-ish impact, but good enough where you can start to stack it up. The attack power is really nice, and they just last a really long time while being really light. They're great. They're really, really handy, reliable guns. We've got 2 VVC 700LD laser drones. These could be replaced with any sort of like back missile you want, but I find the laser drones are really annoying to dodge, and they do a lot of damage. So they're very, very efficient. We've got the Basho head, which I do mostly for style points. I would actually probably recommend the Melander instead for the increased attitude stability over the armor points, or I believe that's what AP stands for. You can see that it's less health, but it's a lot more stability and a lot more system recovery. So if you do get knocked, it'll come off a lot faster. So Melander's probably better, but I like the Basho because it looks cool. We've got the Noctier core, which is super nice because it's just as light as possible, and it's got very fast regeneration for our generator, which is super helpful. We've got tool arms. They're just like a nice healthy middle ground with a good arm load limit as well as good firearm specialization, which improves your aim. Very, very handy. And we've got the Firmiza legs, which are a super duper lightweight bipedal leg. And it's tough to get faster than this, to be honest. 349 boost speed is pretty absurd. Part of that is thanks to our Alula boosters. It's some of the best boosters I've found for thrust. Very, very nice for that. I'm running the Talbot right now for our FCS card, which increases our close range and medium range assist pretty well. The long range is a little bit to be desired, but it does its job very well. I'm sure you could get away with some of the earlier game options as well, though. And finally, we're running the VP20D generator, which is just a really strong general generator. It's just got a great overall stat line, and its QB reload time being at only 0.36 is pretty crazy. I mean, overall, it's just really good. The energy firearm spec was the main consideration, to be honest, when I was picking out my generator. You can see that it's pretty high here, and yeah, I think that's like the main draw. Obviously, we could go with one of the coral generators for higher energy firearm spec, but that would neuter our dodging capabilities when we need them most, because these things have a really, really long recharge time of 3.82, while this one is only at 1.27. You can see the energy recharge delay there in the middle. And we're running Pulse Armor, which is the defensive option. It'll give us some extra defense. And that's it. Let's go ahead and jump into some PvP. All right, we've got our first opponent. Silver and they're running a Stray model. I have no idea what Stray would be. You can see I'm running Quick. So once again, this is a double blind. We don't know what each other are using, and the whole idea is, you know, I have to try and win against 5 different mechs double blind, because I do believe that this is the best way of gauging how good your mech is. Counter picks are very, very strong in this game, especially when your mech is hyper specialized. So these more general mechs are going to do great in the double blind a lot of the time. And I think that this thing is pretty good in a general sense. I don't think it's a terribly map-dependent mech either, so I just picked a nice neutral setting. And, yeah, we'll see how we go. We're gonna get in close here. I'm gonna stay unlocked for the time being. And, we probably need to get in a little closer to our opponent here. They are running a coral generator. I'm gonna lock on. I'm using, got a couple blades coming in. You'll see that I'm using controller, which I know is inefficient, but it's just easier for me. It's just a lot easier for me, so I think you should use whatever you're comfortable with. If you can use keyboard and mouse, that is just better, undeniably. So, ooh, big boom. Okay, we're gonna use our defense here. We're gonna try and get a big combo off. There it is. Beautiful. Our opponent stood still for just a moment there, and that's the execution we needed. This guy definitely has like a really respectable mech, though. This is a scary mech that we're going up against. If he hits me with that red blade, there's a good chance of us losing. The big deal with this thing is that it's supposed to dodge real good. So, you know, you gotta really take advantage of that, I think. Our opponent is flying over us. We've got the speed advantage, I think, overall. Ooh, that hurt real bad. Okay. We ended up canceling each other out there a little bit. I think he blew up most of my shield. Still got some of it. That's a nice kick. And sometimes you can just combo those kicks together. And, yeah, we were able to pressure them down. 5,200 health left. That was a really good round for me. Yeah, so that's round one. First double blind. That was really good. And, yeah, we're going to go ahead and drop out of this match now. Go and face someone else. Nice to meet you. Good job. And, goodbye. We're going to go ahead and jump into another room here. Let me do a quick pause. All right, and we're back with NPC loader, rocking a loader 4, the classic. Match 1 went really, really cleanly. I'm super happy with it. Let's see how match 2 does. I don't know how long these videos are going to be. I guess it will vary based on how difficult it is to get that early win. But, yeah, it should be good fun. And, yeah, if you're enjoying Armored Core 6 and you've got, like, a bunch of builds going on, please tell me about them. I'm interested in getting some PvP tournaments going in this game at some point. I'd love to commentate and play. Ooh, we got a Zimmerman. This guy is running double melee and double shotgun, so his close range is going to be really dangerous. I placed this on a new map. We're going to rotate to a bunch of different maps, and we'll see how it goes. This map is pretty spicy. We've got another person rocking... Ooh, okay, another person... Ooh, there it is. Another person rocking the coral generators. I'm not entirely sold on the coral generators myself. I think they're a little bit iffy. I'm gonna shield up here because I'm pretty confident that timing is gonna be effective. And let's get a kick in. And they are down to 1 HP. We're just gonna try and get Yap, and there we go. Our turrets ended up killing him while we were stunned there. 5,100 HP, not too shabby. That's really the number that I tend to keep an eye on, based on how well my build is doing in a lot of these matches. And yeah, just being able to stay on like a high percent of HP is a very good sign, in my personal opinion. Okay, tons of damage coming through. I'm gonna look for a kick. He did a great dodge there. I'm gonna have to pop this early. He's dodging a lot. We're gonna be able to take a big advantage of that. And now we just want to get Yap because he's on 1 HP. There we go. We shot him from over the hill. 6,500 HP left. Yeah, this build is really, really effective. You just kind of poke people down, and it's really, really hard to dodge. Like, you can't really... There's nothing really that you can dodge in this build other than the turrets, and even then, you're going to get chipped out. Nice to meet you. Good job, and goodbye. Let's go ahead and get another match going. I will pause and see you in a moment. All right, we've got another matchup. This one against Sir Raven, another loader 4. I hope this isn't a person I've already fought. We'll see. So yeah, we've done 2 matches so far, and we are 2 for 2 in victory. I brought us to Grid 86, which is maybe my favorite match because I don't like getting float camped. It sucks to get camped out by somebody way up in the air. But yeah, I just like this map a lot. I think it's fun. It's a little red. It's a lot red, but that's okay. So yeah, this will be my 3rd double blind, assuming this is not somebody I've already fought earlier. Yeah, this person's new. Zimmerman and Scudder. I love that setup. I use that one myself. And they've got missile launcher and sword on the back. I got to be really careful because their punishes are going to be really dangerous. They're going to be able to poke me down with their rifle, so this is going to be pretty even footing. I have to be quite careful of that shotgun. And yeah, we gotta get gap when we need it, and all that sort of thing. I just completely stopped moving there. That's a bit of a skill issue. Definitely a misplay on my part. Got up over top of me and blew up. But now I get to punish for free, and now I know what his tech is. 6,000 HP left over, not too shabby. So yeah, he's teched into the explosion. The explosion is really, really good. I actually like it more than the shield most of the time. I just run the shield on this thing because defensively this thing is about as weak as you could possibly imagine. So I really, really need the extra defense on it as much as I can get. We're gonna have to shield early. This guy's getting some really good shotgun shots on me this time. It's pumping into my my shield, that's for sure. We're not gonna have to back up here if we can. We gotta be really afraid of that sword break, because he does have a sword waiting for me. I'm bumping into terrain here. Gotta get behind cover for a moment. Okay. I am terrified. Okay. We've done a decent job delaying, and their health is quite low, actually. And they went in for a Hail Mary. 4,100 HP left over. That time it didn't go as well, because there was a little bit of misplay by me. But yeah, I think this build is really good. You just have to dodge. Like, just dodge, forehead, you know? It's simple. Alright. Well, that's match 3. Not too shabby. This is looking pretty good. We'll give him a nice job. Good to meet you, and goodbye. Yeah, the double blind, I'm essentially playing this as if there were like a ranked best of 3. This is how it's being played. Hopefully you like this format. If you'd like to see a different format instead, please let me know. This is just kind of like the fairest way I can kind of assess a build, in my opinion, is in these double blinds. So hopefully people are interested in seeing this sort of format. And I suppose some videos will come out like 20 minutes long, and other videos will come out like 15 minutes long. Oh my god, I love his it's so good, the wheelchair with the double Zimmerman. It's so good. The one set of tank treads in this game are for like army veterans or whatever who've lost their legs, and yeah, it's pretty goofy that it's even referred to as a wheelchair, because it's like one of the strongest leg pieces in the entire game, as far as I'm concerned. They're fantastic. By the way, for anyone keeping track at home, we've won 3 in a row, have not lost yet, and this would be our 4th match. We'll see how it goes. My opponent is a flying shoot build. They just shoot a lot of missiles. This missile build, I hate missile builds with a passion. They're really hard to fight, and they just completely invalidate certain builds. I don't know if it invalidates this build though, so we'll find out. We'll find out together. I imagine that it's going to be a struggle. I'm going to try and play cover for now, and try and let him drain some of his energy, and we'll go from there. Should be able to dodge stuff well enough. Got to keep an eye on that energy. The damage output is pretty nasty, I gotta say. We're getting lots of ricochets, as expected. We've got some decent damage coming out on them. Even more damage coming down on me. We just gotta focus on dodging here for a moment. Frig, dude. We don't have the ups. Okay, they're finally down, but I bet I'm too late to get the punish. We'll see. Okay. Oh, that was some serious lag right there. Really nice damage. Okay, we might have a rhythm here. Oh, it's over. I should die here in theory. There should be a bunch of shots behind me. Oh, maybe not. We're right up in his face. This is our best chance at winning. There it is. 350. This is going to be a very tough one to win. This is a skill matchup in my favor, as far as I'm concerned. There's not too much skill expression that those builds have, outside of well-timed kicks to keep your opponent off of you. So we'll see what we can do. Once again, I'm going to try and stall. They only had to land a single time. Okay, we are technically in range. Hopefully that dodges. And we can get right up close and personal. Get some good damage off. Okay, cool. Lots of damage from that little combo there. They refuse to dodge. They will not be dodging. So that's something that we got to keep in mind. They need to keep their energy. Gonna do a kick to air stall a little bit here and see what kind of damage we can get. This is real aggression this time around because they won't dodge. They will not dodge because then they lose their air time and they'll have to fall down. Okay, there we go. Because they were running one of the coral engines, they weren't able to stay, or they weren't able to dodge because they'd run out of energy and it takes like 4 seconds to recharge. Oh, that was a really, really intense match. Definitely the hardest one yet. But we managed to beat it, and that's awesome. Nice to meet you. Good job, and goodbye. Okay, they left, so we get to keep the room. Let's go ahead and change the rules. That is 4 for 4 right now, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and swap the room over to Xylem. Just to really get the full map pool. I mean, it's obviously not all of them, but we've had some good variety so far. Another loader 4. A lot of people hiding what sets they're using. I don't know if it's intentionally or if they just don't do their AC names. I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to say. Loader 4, it's a classic. You can't go wrong, right? Everybody loves a loader 4. All right, here we go. I'm sweating. This is a really sweaty build, by the way. You have to do a lot of things right, but it's extremely rewarding. It's super duper unfair against anybody who's not running like a high skill build. This is a meme build. If I fuck up, I lose, but if I don't fuck up, I win. It's really that simple. I've got one of these myself. It's not on a tetrapod. It's on the tank legs. So we'll see. I just have to dodge whenever it dings. Really. That's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. Seems he has hit me. Ooh, I'm in danger. The ear shot is very scary. Okay. I don't have any dodges, which is really bad. I've overheated on one of my pistols. You can kind of let off on the shots. I'm gonna die here. Oh my god. He's not kicking nearly as much as he should be, by the way. If he were kicking me more, I would be dead already. It's very, very effective. He's wasted a lot of dodges here. He's in a lot of trouble. Yep. Going up in the air like that and dodging caused him to run out of energy, and I knew I was able to take advantage of that. That's the thing, is this build... no build on Earth will have enough dodges to cancel out all of the peppering you do. I didn't check what my health was at the end of that fight, but, you know, it doesn't matter in this fight because I'm either alive or I'm dead. He really should just kind of, like, instant kill me if he does it right. We're gonna go ahead and go into face tank mode here briefly. Need to be careful with my own energy here. Bonk the wall there. That's not good. You can see that there's like a little bit of lag coming into play. I'm dead. Yeah, that was good play. He got me. Whew. That was good. He comboed his rockets just right. The earshots, they have a really, really long recharge delay, so if you miss with them, it's awful. You're sitting there waiting forever. That one chipped me a little bit. Ooh, I don't know what hit me there. I don't think he has anything to punish me with. Hit him. He really should be kicking me a lot more than he does. If I could give this guy one piece of advice, just throw out some... If you're on the tetrapod, just kick. Especially if you're waiting on these long cooldowns. It's either that or you gotta go take cover. Those are your two best options. That said, I shouldn't be giving advice to the guy who's about to beat me. That's for certain. Does he have another shot lined up? He doesn't. Oh my god. There it is. GG. GG. It was actually really close. I think if you gave me like a couple more matches to try and beat that, I could. But that's okay. You know, it can't start off with a perfect record. I do think that's a skill matchup once again. But I don't know. What should I have done differently? Nice to meet you. Good job. And goodbye. Okay. Look at that. Another person leaving. Cool. I'll take it. Do we want to stay in Xylem? Here, let's swap maps again. But yeah, as you can see, this build does have weakness. You need to play good. That's the problem with it. you gotta be able to play well. So, you know, if you miss your dodges, it kind of sucks. That said, I will say that this build does kind of just auto-dodge stuff because it's fast as heck. It's really, really fast, and you can just kind of run circles around people. Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. I like it a lot. We're going to refueling base. This is a great map too. Honestly, all the PvP maps are fantastic. Also, once again, if you haven't done so, maybe leave a like or like show this to a buddy who likes Armored Core, because yeah, I'm really trying to like find my groove with some more games. You know, I love Noita, but I've played so much Noita. It's time for me to play some other stuff too. This guy's got a bit of the... In fact, this is like a literal exact build that I have on someone. This is like one of the most degenerate builds in the whole game. Double Zimmerman with the needle cannon, plus the shotguns, or the explosive AoE stuff is very meme-tacular. We can just take our time here. Oh my god, they just went for it. They are just going in. I will respect it because I don't have any choice. I should be able to just punch through here and get big damage off. They're very low. There we go. That's a really scary build. I might have won with nearly 6,000 health there, but that does not mean that build isn't like super duper strong and could easily one combo me. This is considered like an ultra light. This is about as light and as fast as you can get without going like weaponless or dropping weapon slots, which is just a goofy thing to do, to be honest. You probably shouldn't run without weapons. I'm getting some distance on this guy. The shotguns are dropping my stamina really low. My poise, whatever you want to call it. So I'm trying to take advantage of that. We did... Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna early shield here. Probably shouldn't have, but we're doing it anyway. And we got a great kick in there. Huge punish, but he's got me. Yeah, that just kills me outright. That's why I shouldn't have used my shield when I did. I just had the sense that he was gonna smack me with a full combo. Tried to predict it, and it didn't work. But you can see what I mean by, like, the needle cannon's just really good. It just does a lot of damage. So do the Zimmermans. This guy's doing a lot of standing still. Oh my god. This is gonna hurt. Might be able to just full combo him here if we're lucky. Nope. Damn. If I had kicked at any point there, I probably would have killed him. But I tried to save it for when he was already stun blocked. Alright, well there's 2 losses to the 4 wins. Good play on them. Very, very hard build to beat. Definitely could have won if I played a little better. But that's okay. Looks like this guy wants the room. He can have it. Let's go ahead and make another one. We are going to go ahead and jump over onto grid 12. It looks like we're getting the full tour of all the maps. But you can see that this build definitely has some weaknesses. You have to be able to reaction dodge the Zimmerman, which is, you know, it's hard. It's hard. It can be done. It can absolutely be done. But yeah, reaction dodging everything, it is kind of a forehead thing, isn't it? it's you know, just dodge everything, forehead. It's brilliant. Why didn't I think of that? But that's kind of why I like this build, is that it's got like really high skill expression. It's a sweaty build, and it like, even when I'm losing, I'm having fun because it feels like I can outplay any single build. And there's a lot of builds where it feels like you can't do that. So, sometimes you just get like build countered, and I don't think this one gets countered too hard by any one thing. It's just it gets countered by somebody playing better than you, or somebody just having you know, just enough extra raw skill to win. This guy's got running sword. I don't know what those back weapons are, and I don't know what his main hand weapon is. So, you know, lots of weapons that I'm unsure of. I've seen the one gun that he has a lot. He went the same way as me, didn't he? Did he fly up? I don't know what's going on here. This map is fucky. Is he camping me in the sky? I don't know where he is. I'm not sure where he is yet. Oh, there he is. I caught a glimpse of him there for a sec. There you are. Throwing the swords out really early. Very interesting decision. These missiles just kind of sit there for a while. Ooh, he's taking tons of damage. Okay. Depending on what he has for an AC thing, he's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, he's just... Oh, he's got the... Yeah, I think this is probably the worst one, by the way. Like, it's just bad. It just gets hard countered by any build that does, like, any peck of damage. I think that is the worst armor ability. I refuse to even slot it because it doesn't work against, like, half of every build. Like, most builds have a counter to that, so I would not personally recommend that unless you're playing specifically in like teams. It's fine in teams, I think, but other than that, it doesn't really have a place. Lots of swords. Very cool opponent, but I don't... Oh, maybe he's got me. Let's see. If he gets a good combo. But no, not quite. All right. Well, I do believe that is our 5th match. We'll go ahead and look at the match history. Once again, this build will be available as a code for PC in the link down below. And yeah, let me know what you thought of the build. Let me know if you try it out. And let me know if you want to see more. Let me hit him with a nice to meet you, good job, and goodbye. Gotta hit him with the manners. Have good manners. Oh wait, right. We're supposed to look at our match history here. All right. After fumbling around in the menu a little bit, I figured out how to read this thing. So you can see here, this is our last win. The 2 losses, and then there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see the date there. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see more, please make sure you leave a comment or a like down below. And thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. More Armored Core content to come.